You kind of just know when somebody reaches up to squirt you to open up your mouth.
Squirt, yeah.
And then you just get squirted. But you don't always, like, they don't have to do the squirting. You can do the squirting sometimes. But, you know, when you develop a relationship, you just know when you're about to get squirted on.
You develop the relationship.
Yeah.
You got to have a good relationship with this person squirting.
Yeah.
It gets worse. Right when you think it can't get worse, it gets worse. 8 years ago today, Jason and I said I do. Yeah. And I'd say it again over and over and over again. I love that man. And also, he's mine. Don't forget it. Welcome back to Not Gonna Lie, a Wave original brought to you by Pull-Ups. I'm your host, Kylie Kelce, local animal nerd, known to hide when I eat chocolate. Seriously, you should have seen me with the Tim Tams last night. If you know, you know. And other desserts, so my kids don't find me because I don't want to hear, can I have some? Or, what's in your mouth? And noted supporter of women supporting women. Because women, specifically the Professional Women's Hockey League, are setting attendance records at Madison Square Garden. The women of the WNBA are finally getting paid, with 15 WNBA players so far signing $1 million plus deals. Insane. Oh yeah, and astronaut Christina Koch just became the first woman to fly around the moon. Shout out and go birds to astronaut Christina of the Artemis 2 crew. She can actually be seen in space in her Phillies jersey with an Eagles bucket hat on. Outstanding. We love that so much. Having a Philadelphia sports fan be the first woman to fly around the moon feels appropriate because we are passionate and there's a certain level of grit to us that I feel like Christina probably directly applied to her training and also this mission. So, way to go, Christina. I can truly say that these are the types of things that we should feel privileged that we get to be alive for and witness in current times. That's very exciting. I was not watching the live streams because going to space freaks me out. The girls and I did talk about how amazing it is that Christina was in the rocket that flew around the moon, and that's a really big accomplishment for her and women. We did discuss that. It was, I mean, they're 6 and under, guys, so it was pretty surface level, but we did talk about it. Christina, you are welcome on NGL anytime. I hope that didn't need to be said. And of course, as always, go birds. All right, now that we've addressed our space travel for the day, coming up on today's episode, a fresh edition of Ask Me Some Things, where we've got questions about the transition from 1 to 2 kids and childhood celebrity crushes. After that, I'm going to be joined by someone I've always wanted to talk to. She's a hilarious actress who's been in some of my favorite movies ever. She's also a director, co-owner of a soccer team, and somebody I have, you guessed it, no business speaking to, Elizabeth Banks. But before we get to all that, let's start with a quick NGL announcement. Attention real ones, merch is back. We got the FAFO hoodie and No Business Being Here hat back. Plus, we also just launched a brand new collection. Let's see the photos, Queen Emma. Yes, support women's sports. You get it. That's what we do around here. Women supporting women. You see what we did there? Support women's sports. Support women sports. We've got the sweatshirt, t-shirt, and hat for this one. I love this one. I'm very excited because I personally really enjoy when we have t-shirts or merch that doesn't have my name on it. Because then I can wear it. So I want to be like the real ones. I want to be matching. Let's be matching. We also have NGL long sleeve now. And look at that. The back says, it's fine, I'm fine. Yeah, because if we say it enough, we'll believe it. Check all of it out now at nglkylie.com. Oh my gosh. You know what this means, guys? Every time we launch a new merch line, we get to pick a charity that we are going to donate the proceeds to. This is so exciting. Here's the deal. We love to impact as many people as possible. So real ones, I would love some suggestions. If you have organizations or foundations that impact girls in sports, and realistically, I do think that if this also includes girls in the arts, we would also like to look into that, because sports are not the only way that you can have extracurricular activities that enrich the lives of your children, that also teach them about working with a team. If you have an organization or a foundation that you think support women in sports or girls in sports or girls in extracurricular activities, please let us know so that we can review some options, and we will get back to you with which one we choose to be the recipient of this Merch Launches charitable donation. Next order of business, a brand new edition of Ask Me Some Things, because Ask Me Anything was too open-ended. Seriously, you guys gotta chill. Ask Me Some Things is brought to you by Pull-Ups. I thought for some reason when my brain first saw that sentence, it was like, Ask Me Some Things is brought to you by Kylie Kelce. We've joked about it, but one of these times, guys, I'm gonna pay for an episode and then say whatever the hell I want. That's a lie. We do that anyway. You're literally not allowed to be a sponsor if you're gonna try and tell me what to say. Okay, Ask Me Some Things is brought to you by Pull-Ups. First question here. Matoodle, that's adorable, 31. What is your favorite movie, TV show, and do you have any recommendations? Let me tell you. The last thing he told me, I need to finish the season. I got a little bit distracted because I kept trying to watch it in instances where I was not with my children. And oftentimes that means that I'm by myself in a hotel room or something else. And it freaks me out to watch that show when I'm not in the safety of my own home with big, large man sleeping next to me. I love The Pit. I had to select not interested on TikTok on multiple The Pit TikToks because it was going to spoil. I have not had the time to dedicate this time to watching the rest of the season that's currently out. I need you guys not to tell me because I'm in it. I love that show. I think the cast is outstanding. I think it's such an eclectic group of people and the characters are so good. And my ADHD loves that it's one day. It loves that. For some reason, it doesn't make it feel like this season is this long drawn out situation, that it's going to be like short, sweet, to the point. And it's not. It's hour-long episodes about the hour of the shift. It's fine. I love it. I love it so much. Next question. Childhood celebrity crush. One of the brothers on Home Improvement. I don't know which one. Maybe it was the middle one. There were 3 of them, right? It was the middle brother on Home Improvement. I thought he was cute. Freddie Prinze Jr. Because what is that movie? What is that movie? She's All That? No. Is it She's All That? With the girl with the glasses and she's Lainey and she's All That. I loved the movie She's All That. And I think that Freddie Prinze Jr. character specifically is what I liked. I just loved that movie. I loved that she was so pretty and she was in painted overalls, paint spattered overalls. And then all of a sudden it was like, you should take off your glasses and wear this cute dress. And suddenly everyone was like, oh, she's gorgeous. And it was like, what? Those are literally the only 2 that come to mind, which is kind of ridiculous. Rose wants to know tips for going from 1 to 2 will be 20 months apart. Oof. 1 to 2 to me felt great. It was entertainment for the older and entertainment for the younger. When the older one is launching themselves off of things, the little blob is just laying there watching them like, that's pretty crazy. So it's built-in entertainment both directions, which I really appreciated. The good news about 1 to 2 is that you still have a hand for each. If they do ready, break, and then they run different directions, you can still grab both of them. So 20 months apart feels good. Our oldest are 17 months apart, and it was so nice because now it feels like they're hitting stages very quickly behind each other, and it's been that way the whole time, and they'll learn from each other. It's so cool to have siblings that are that close in age. I'm biased again because all of our splits are 17, almost 2 years, almost 2 years. It's great. I love it. I will say, get a really good baby wrap. Something that you're comfortable with, that you can put on easily. I was not the person who liked the really long one that you have to figure out how to tie and tuck and all of that stuff. I watched plenty of videos. I got the hang of it. I still didn't like it. It wasn't for me. I think a baby wrap, because if your second is a Velcro child or a Velcro baby, it's so much easier to strap them in, make sure their head is secured and they're tucked safely against your chest. I am not a medical professional, but the tip I was told was you should be able to easily kiss them on the head just by dropping your chin. They shouldn't be like sinking down between, like lower than your boobs. That is helpful because then you get both of your hands back. And don't feel bad about dropping food on that child's head. Do not. I'm not going to judge you if you drop some sandwich on their head. Just make sure you pick it up. If they're close enough that you can kiss their head, you could probably just eat it off of their head if it fell down there. Just a thought. Okay. That's Ask Me Some Things, brought to you by Pull-Ups. Now let's get to Doom Scroll of the Week, brought to you by Lululemon. First up, there's a TikTok trend right now where women are asking their partners if they would eat hypothetical cookies they were given in labor while they are unable to eat. Really? Let's see the clip, Queen Emma.
Say we were married and I gave birth to our child. You know you can't eat while you're giving birth.
I can't?
Women can't eat when they're giving birth.
I would not eat cookies while you're giving birth.
Have you heard this story?
Nope, but I know where it's going. I would never do that. Is that foul? Did someone do that?
So this doctor brought this woman 2 cookies and she goes, just save me one of them. You can have the other one. While she's in labor. He goes, okay, yeah. He eats both of them. She goes, after labor, after a really, really, really hard stops. Are you kidding? Oh my God, that's so sad.
I know, it's so sad.
Okay, first of all, this gentleman is a walking green flag. I can just throw that out there real quick. Second, okay, I have a couple questions here. First of all, I have not seen this trend. If I asked Jason not to eat a cookie that was intended for me, he wouldn't eat the cookie that was intended for me. It's that simple. The fact that there were 2 cookies and she asked for just 1 cookie to be saved for her and he couldn't do that. You should have, nope. You should have asked the doctor. Nope. That wasn't going to be any better. You should have punched. I'm kidding. I just can't fathom having a human being exit your body and looking forward to a cookie, and then your partner has already eaten your cookie that was for you. You know those instances where someone does something and they look for some recognition. You're like, oh my gosh, yeah, you earned a sticker. You get a cookie. Like, that's your reward. That is the bare minimum for childbirth. So the fact that he ate your cookies, wow. Also, I would just like to point out, quite some time ago, I made a TikTok about childbirth and my husband's involvement in it. And it was a joke, which people thought I was serious, but it was fully a joke. And at some point, I recorded him eating bagels while I was in labor and therefore could not also enjoy the bagels. And I have had to go back and explain that the background audio of that clip is me like enjoying him eating the bagel. Like, I wanted to know how the bagel was. But don't eat my fucking cookies. You know? I have full faith that Jason would not eat my cookies. I know that for a fact. I have faith in my husband. especially on today, our 8-year anniversary. I know he wouldn't eat my cookies. All right, let's keep it scrolling here. The next clip is, no exaggeration, one of the best things I've seen on the internet. Queen Emma, the clip, please.
Can you show me what a frog does? Let's see it.
Yes. It says my toddler's version of a frog jumping.
Good job, baby.
For our audio listeners, he is straight-legged hopping. And his physique, impeccable. If I had to explain it to people, I would say that it looks like you shrunk down an offensive lineman. You shrunk him down. You just did like the little pinch that you do to zoom out on your iPhone. That's that. And that's his physique. So he's perfect. And then he's hopping, but his legs are straight. And no fault of his, he's not actually going very far. And he was not asked for sound effects, but he's fully in character. And he said, Rebet. No notes, not a single fucking note. Mom also posted a video of him doing a big jump, and it's fantastic.
Can you do a really big jump?
Oh,
amazing.
God.
Dude.
Oh. Again, for my audio listeners, when he is jumping, this is a big jump. A big jump was requested. He is in the grass of the backyard, and I promise you, when he does the jump, the grass blades are still touching the bottom of his feet. Now, the comment section on that video didn't disappoint. As always, we sprint to the comments. Lex says, the sky is truly his limit. See what you did there? The next person said, woo, thank goodness he didn't fly over that wall. Because there was a chance of that. And the third comment says, LeBron James is real quiet since this reel dropped, which is hilarious. He does not have ups. There are no ups happening. I can vividly remember the feeling that I had watching every single one of our girls jump for the first time. Now, Finny, the only jumping she has done was when she was learning to walk, and she would try to, what I call, scurry. But I think she would equate it to running, an attempt at running. But her feet were still not ready to walk, and she was trying to run. So sometimes when she would try to sort of get a jump start, it would be just that. Both feet would go at the same time, and her feet would actually hit heel first at the same time. And then she would end up her feet, and she'd go really like toes over nose and just on her ass. And it was outstanding. I didn't like that she was bonking her butt. I loved that she was doing it with a jump. I still remember watching the other three girls learn to jump and then proceed to show it off to everybody. I love little kids jumping. I love little kids learning a new thing and then showing it off as if it is just, Olympic gold medal earning situation. What can they do? Some impressive feats. I am of the, what was it? A Vine? It's not even a Vine. It's a clip from The Office when they're going parkour, 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 and just jumping off of chairs. On a regular basis, I will just do a little sideways jump off of a step and be like parkour. And so then they started doing that. And now they will set up obstacle courses in the living room and jump off of a cushion onto the couch and then stand back up and go parkour. And I love that. And that does it for Doom Scroll of the Week, brought to you by Lululemon. Coming up, I'm about to be joined by Elizabeth Banks right after these messages. We also have something else in common. Apparently, we're both fans. I mentioned this to you before we started recording, of what I like to call the other podcast, aka New
Yes.
They'll bleep that. Don't worry. Because you posted this hilarious TikTok reaction to one of their more ridiculous clips.
Yeah.
You kind of just know when somebody reaches up to squirt you to open up your mouth,
Squirt, yeah.
and then you just get squirted. But you don't always, like, they don't have to do the squirting. You can do the squirting sometimes. But, you know, when you develop a relationship, you just know when you're about to get squirted on.
You develop the relationship.
Yeah.
You got to have a good relationship with this
Oh
person
my God.
squirting.
Yeah.
It gets worse. Right when you think it can't get worse, it gets worse.
It does. And here's the thing. I was like, when did Jason catch on? Because clearly Travis realized it right away, I feel like.
Uh-huh.
And then just was sort of egging him on.
Yes.
But I mean, so they're talking about the sort of guy who comes up with the Gatorade and goes, you know, because they don't want to touch each other's mouths.
Yes.
Just saying cooties. I don't know. And so I love that it's so clear what they're talking about. And your husband just went all in on that one.
He
And
did.
it really delighted me to no end. And when they get on those riffs and they kind of egg each other on, that's the sibling relationship that we all want.
It is the lightning in a bottle that they have that everyone enjoys tuning in on. The way they riff off of each other is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
But it is ridiculous to me that they will get in something like that, and you're just like, guys,
no, but I love it. They got to work the
saying
bit.
Squirting.
They got to work the bit.
And they do,
mean,
and they're good at it.
They're so good at working a bit. I mean, this is why they're, you know, who they are and why the success is what it is, because they're having fun with life. Guys, life is hard. Let's just have a little fun. Talk about squirting in each other's mouths. I mean, I'm somebody who's like, male sports generally are already so ridiculously, I'll call it loving, okay? I'll call it loving. Men love each other so much. They dress up in each other's jerseys. They hug each other. They pat each other on the butt.
Yes.
You know, they're like, it's like blowing kisses. I mean, I don't know how invested you are in heated rivalry. I'm very invested.
Let me tell you, I haven't seen it yet. I know. But what I will tell you is
right now so you can watch it.
Wait, the number of TikToks that I have seen, TikToks or things on Instagram, where people are like at what they're calling the boy aquarium, which is
a
hockey
hockey rink. Yeah.
And they look at each other and one person says, "So when do they kiss?" And now people have applied it to all other sports.
It's great.
Gosh. Well, since we're already talking sports, let's flip to some really, I think, a happy side of sports is your ownership of the Boston.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm really excited to be part of the ownership team of Boston's latest franchise, Boss Legacy, the NWSL team.
The kind of gift that makes people pause mid-scroll isn't usually wrapped in paper. It's wrapped in curiosity, a hint of disbelief, and just enough mystery to make you lean closer to the screen. So when whispers began circulating about what Taylor Swift gave Kylie and Jason for their 8th wedding anniversary, the internet didn't just pay attention, it practically held its breath. Because this wasn't your typical celebrity gift exchange. No predictable luxury watch, no standard bouquet of rare flowers. This was something bigger, something layered with intention, and according to those close to the couple, something that left Kylie completely speechless. It all began with a quiet celebration. Kylie Kelce and Jason Kelce have never been the type to turn every personal milestone into a headline spectacle. Their relationship, admired for its grounded nature despite Jason's NFL fame, has always felt refreshingly real. So when their 8th anniversary arrived, fans expected something heartfelt, maybe a glimpse into their private celebration, but nothing that would ignite a social media wildfire. And then Taylor Swift entered the picture. Now, it's no secret that Taylor has mastered the art of meaningful gestures. Her gifts are rarely random. They tend to carry stories, hidden meanings, and emotional weight that linger far beyond the moment they're opened. So when she decided to celebrate Kylie and Jason's anniversary, expectations quietly skyrocketed. But even those expectations couldn't quite prepare fans for what came next. Sources say the gift wasn't just extravagant in value, but in thought. Imagine receiving something that doesn't just sit on a shelf, but tells your story back to you, piece by piece, like a mirror crafted from your own memories. That's the kind of energy Taylor reportedly brought to this anniversary surprise. Rumors suggest the gift included a deeply personalized experience, something designed specifically for Kylie and Jason rather than pulled from any luxury catalog. Think along the lines of a curated collection of moments, woven together with precision and care. It's said that Taylor tapped into her signature storytelling instincts, creating something that reflected the couple's journey, from their earliest days to where they stand now. And that's where the intrigue intensifies. Because while some insiders hint at a lavish physical component, something undeniably high-end, possibly even one of a kind, the real magic seems to lie in the emotional resonance of the gift. It wasn't just about impressing them. It was about honoring them. Kylie, known for her authenticity, reportedly reacted in a way that instantly fueled speculation. Not with flashy posts or over-the-top captions, but with a quieter, more telling response. A moment of visible shock, followed by what fans described as genuine emotion. The kind you can't fake, even if you're used to being in the public eye. Jason, on the other hand, is said to have been equally stunned, though in his own laid-back way. The image of a seasoned NFL star momentarily at a loss for words only added to the mystique surrounding the gift. Because if something can surprise Jason Kelce, it must be something truly out of the ordinary. Naturally, the internet did what it does best. It speculated. Some fans believe the gift may have included a luxury getaway, possibly to a secluded destination chosen for its significance to the couple. Others think it could be something even more unique, like a custom-designed piece of art or a private event crafted just for them. And then there are those who are convinced it's something entirely unexpected, something only Taylor Swift would think of. What makes this moment so captivating isn't just the mystery of the gift itself. It's what it represents. In a world where celebrity interactions can often feel transactional or surface level, this gesture feels different. It feels intentional, thoughtful, almost cinematic, like a scene from a story where every detail matters and nothing is included by accident. Taylor Swift has built her career on understanding emotion, on translating feelings into something tangible. Whether it's through her music or her personal gestures, she has a way of making moments feel larger than life while still keeping them deeply personal. And this gift, whatever it fully entails, seems to follow that same pattern. Fans have also pointed out the growing connections between Taylor and the Kelce circle, noting how these relationships continue to blur the lines between music, sports, and pop culture. It's a crossover that feels both unexpected and perfectly timed, creating moments that capture attention far beyond any single fan base. And yet, despite all the theories and excitement, one thing remains just out of reach: the full truth. Because not everything needs to be revealed to have impact. Sometimes, the power of a story lies in what's left unsaid, in the details that stay just beyond the spotlight. The mystery becomes part of the magic, inviting people to imagine, to speculate, to stay engaged long after the initial moment has passed. As the buzz continues to ripple across social media, one thing is clear. This wasn't just a gift. It was an experience, a statement, a reminder that even in a world saturated with luxury, meaning still matters most. And maybe that's the real reason people can't stop talking about it. Because deep down, everyone wants to believe in gestures that go beyond the surface. In gifts that say more than words ever could. In moments that feel, even from a distance, a little bit extraordinary. So while fans may never know every detail of what Taylor Swift gave Kylie and Jason Kelce, the reaction it sparked tells its own story. A story of surprise, of connection, of a gift that turned an anniversary into a moment the entire internet couldn't look away from. And somehow, that might be the most unforgettable part of all.